I study physics because I've always been fascinated by how everything we see around us can be calculated. But when I came to the University of Oslo to study physics, we started out doing mostly programming and math and not so much physics. That was a bit strange, but we soon realized that first of all, this is a lot of fun, and second, it's necessary in order to make calculations about nature as it really is. Imagine two planets orbiting each other. When we see calculations about such planetary systems, what we actually do is look at what impact the forces between them have on their positions. We begin by listing all the forces acting between the two planets using Newton's second law, which states that the sum of forces are equal to the mass multiplied by the acceleration. We can find the acceleration of the planets. And when we know the acceleration, we can easily calculate both their velocities and positions. If you wish to determine the movements of their planets over time, you have to do this calculation again and again and again. And doing this analytically is time-consuming, but a computer does this in an instant. Once the system contains just one additional planet, it becomes virtually impossible to do these calculations by hand. For these purposes, computers are really useful. With a computer, we can theoretically add as many planets as we want into the system and then let the computer do the calculations for us. At the University of Oslo, we learn how to do these calculations from day one. Once we see how powerful the tools of the computers are, it's hard to imagine how they could have done such calculations in the past with some degree of precision. We understand that this is the only way to do things in the future because it lets our calculations approximate physical reality so much more closely than we could with pen and paper. The fact that we learn to use these tools this early in our education is quite unique to the University of Oslo. For us as students, this means that by the end of our first term, we already have knowledge with the real-world uses.